Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shado, the internet personality with the best hair, and this is a bit of an interesting little take. Bit of a content on the gaming channel that has absolutely nothing to do with gaming. Hell, if MXR Plays can do it, so can I. So, this just kind of came up, the revised draft from April 17th, 2016 for The Predator by Shane Black and Fred Dekker. Now, being as it's just a revision, it's not necessarily the earliest version of the movie to exist, or, of course, it's not the final version. But I was just reading through this, and I gotta admit I haven't read too many movie scripts, so I'm not entirely versed on how it's presented in script form, but there was some shit that I was like, fucking really? In like 1.5 pages, so I figured, hey, why not pop up the webcam, do a little bit of a dramatic reading, see if there's good content here. If it is, put it up. If not, oh well. So yeah, The Predator by Shane Black and Fred Dekker. Based on the characters created by Jim Thomas and John Thomas. Revised draft, April 17th, 2016. Space. Cold. Silent. A billion twinkling stars. Then a bass rumble rises, becoming a bone-rattling roar as a spacecraft ratches past camera. Fuel cables whipping into frame. Torn loose titanium screams as a ship detaches violently. Shards cascading in zero gravity. I have no idea how titanium screams. What the fuck's that supposed to even mean? Note, for reasons such will become apparent, we let us call this vessel the Ark. Oh, fucking really? The Ark! Haven't heard that one before in millions of fucking sci-fi movies. Oh boy. Wider, the Ark, as it hurtles away from a docking gantry underneath a vastly larger ship it was attached to, wobbly, desperate. We're witnessing a hijack! So you know. Wider still, the Predator mothership dwarfs the escaping vessel, looming like a nautilus of molded black steel. Are you writing a script, or are you trying to pitch the fucking movie to an artsy-fartsy fuck nugget? Okay. Interior Predator mothership. Backed by the glow of CompuScreens, a half-glimpsed alien, a predator, watches the receding Ark through a viewport. Yes, you fucking... What, is this about my car's warranty again? Hello? Just fucking nothing. It's great. Thank you for that. I love this. Okay. No, we see him mostly in shadow. Full reveal to come. Oh, thanks. Thanks for letting me know that while we're not quite seeing the alien yet, we will. Just keep your hopes up. Interior smaller vessel, Ark. Emergency lights illuminate a dank, organic-looking interior. Camera moves past. 8 stasis cylinders. Around the periphery, frost clouds the cryotubes, prevents us from seeing the passengers. Finally, camera arrives at a hulking, dread-looking figure, the pilot of this crippled ship. We do not see him fully either. Did you just assume it's gender? But for the record, this is our good Predator. Writes like this? Are scripts written like this normally? Dear God, it must be hell working in business in Hollywood when you gotta go through shit like this and try and figure out if there's a good movie in there. His talons dance around a control panel, a shrill beep. Predator symbols, but we get the idea. Error. Our Predator taps more controls, feverish, until exit Ark. A final tether comes loose, venting plasma energy, and Through the viewport, the Ark is enveloped by a blinding light, then a swirl of particle energy as we smash to Starfield. Coming soon from Bethesda. Silence. Then the Ark drops out of hyperspace, shudders into a new orbit, approaching what is, in fact, a dying planet. Ice caps melting, atmosphere toxified, the dominant species continually finding new ways to fuck things up. Oddly, the only planet in our solar system not named after a god. Earth. What else do you want to fucking call it? God. Hi, I'm walking around on God. Interior. The Ark. Damaged from the getaway. Sparks. Gagging smoke. Our predator realizes he's on a sinking ship. He programs a new command sequence. On a monitor, a graphic of the cryotubes, a scrolling countdown commenced in predator symbols, a self-destruct sequence. One last thing. The predator taps the panel again, and a slot opens, revealing a device like a steampunk TV remote. This is the Kujad. Remember it? Kujad? Remember it? He extracts it from the slot and snaps it into his own wrist computer. Then he rises urgently and exit stratosphere. The Ark exterior stratosphere. The Ark shudders, penetrating Earth's atmosphere as whoosh, an escape pod jettisoned from the main body of the craft. A series of rippling shimmers engulf it, and before our eyes it auto-engages stealth camouflage and vanishes. Pause. Then, a rising swell of jungle noises. It begins. It's about time. A man in tight close-up. Rugged face, stubble, he's looking down, eyes red-rimmed with fatigue, as we hear a hollow trickle of piss and plastic. Someone wrote that. He finishes, screws the top back on the thermos, then lowers it where it dangles on a thin nylon line because we are exterior Cuban jungle day with the soldier perched in a gnarled tree 30 feet off the ground, which is evidently not where he can just piss off the tree for some reason. He shifts in his nest, brings to bear an M24 sniper rifle. Meet Lieutenant Quinn McKenna, 30s. On the back of his hand, a faded yet prominent crescent scar, souvenir of another fight. Super Cayo Muerto, Cuba. We hear a talkie squeak, talkie squelch, then a tinny voice from his Bluetooth headset.
Piggy 1, copy. Piggy 1, this is Piggy 2. Do you copy?
I was peeing. Do you mind? Peeing. Just to let you know again, we piss in this movie. Another radio voice joins the conversation, filtered.
Piggy 3, I have a question, over.
Cut the chatter. He cracks his neck. Oh. Then adjusts his scope. Seriously, if you're the one that went to the... If you're the one that went to market right... What? If there's 3 piggies, then it's the ones that fucking had the houses blown down. It's the toes of the 5 piggies. You go to market, stay home, have roast beef, have none, and then one goes home. That's it. And yeah, and that's not 5 piggies. That's 2 piggies. It's 2 piggies actually. It's just you go through the 5 stages with the 5 toes. But it's like the piggy that goes to market gets the roast beef and then goes wee off the way home, while the one that stays home gets nothing. That's the story. Okay, that's 2 piggies from 5 counting. You go through the toes, but the 3 piggies are the three little pigs with the fucking hay house, the fucking wood house, and the fucking brick house, and the fucking wolf that comes to try and kill him and does, except for the brick house. It's a little too tough. Anyway, seriously, if you're the one that went to market, right, that means Haynes and me, we get to choose between the roast beef and the staying home, right? Dupree, I swear to God. Dekker just stopped to give a big explanation as to why that was so fucking stupid. We're on nursery rhymes and we already fucked up. McKenna presses his eye to the rifle sight. His POV through his scope. A mansion. Neoclassical, built in the 1850s, but painted hot Havana aquamarine, surrounded by high walls and roaming sentries. You guessed it. A drug lord's compound! Dupree's talking voice. I just want to be the stay-at-home piggy. That's all I'm saying. Haynes' talking voice. McKenna! We got a problem. McKenna tenses. What is it? You can't be the one who went to market. You already went Wait. God damn it. What the tits? At what point do you realize that maybe you just got the wrong motherfuckers on scripting duties? How many drafts did it take to get here? Because I see already this is actually worse than what they did put out to theaters. Oh my god. How many dicks did Shane Black suck to get to keep this job? Oh, what fucking... Hello? You pressed the wrong button. I said hello. That's the button you press on the robot if I say hola. That's the hola button. I said hello. Your ads don't work if I don't understand them. Press the other button. Wrong button. Okay. So, okay. McKenna shakes his head. He's so over these assholes. He wipes away sweat, swivels the rifle, seeing the assholes. There we go. A small convoy, now on the dirt road, leading into the compound. Black SUVs. McKenna is all business now. Eyes north. Haynes is talking voice. I see it. McKenna, stay sharp. Ranging now. He presses his eye to the scope. That's not how you snipe. That's gonna kick like hell and I'm gonna get a black eye. Okay. Panning with the SUVs. As they stop, dust rising, drug soldiers besiege the vehicles, roughly pulling out several hostages with pillowcases over their heads, with lovely floral prints. Bed Bath & Beyond had a little deal on those. A man in a silk shirt appears. The drug lord faces the sagging hostages, contemptuous. His men raise their weapons. What? I swear I still hear beeping. What the fuck? Maybe I'm just crazy. McKenna continued, intercom. Target in the reticle, no cross. It's not just me, right? There's some beeping going on, isn't there? Am I just crazy? Every time I'm hearing like a boop, like it's still doing the we hung up sound, except it's lower. So, no crosswind. I'm not waiting. 10:50 out. Tight close-up on his thumb as he slowly, silently flicks the safety catch. He centers on the drug lord's head in the crosshairs. Stops breathing. Well, all in all, a pretty crappy time for an earthquake. A deep bass rumble coming from where? Above. As utterly, without warning, the top of the drug lord's mansion sheared off before our eyes. A tsunami of debris blown loose, expelled. Whatever caused it, it's headed right at McKenna. He drops his rifle, grabs his combat knife to cut himself loose, tumbles as the canopy of green erupts. Cut to black. So in this version, he doesn't get the shot off. It doesn't just slam into fucking, like, it doesn't just tear through the air and then he shoots him in the head and then it destroys some, like, hills. It's smashing through. That sounds a little bit better than what we got, but I think the reason for what we got is just because it was cheaper to shoot. That's just me. Okay. Time cut. McKenna on the ground amid sudden silence. On his side now, facing the dirt. Slanted POV. Showing the UFO just effectively punched a tunnel in the jungle, strewn with smoking debris and pulped branches. He blinks. No telling how long he was out. A minute? An hour? He looks up, keys in headset. McKenna continued. Piggy team, do you copy? In his ear, only static. McKenna continued. God damn it, copy! Still, nothing but static. McKenna stumbles to his feet, feeling exposed. He's naked. Trees aflame, smoke everywhere. Exhales raggedly, all too aware he's squarely in the debris field. Why does that matter? Left by the spacecraft. Only now he's seeing the Predator ejection pod. It lies hissing, spitting, swamped in plant matter. He eases to a halt, wary, sights through his scope. As we notice, first off, the hatch. It's open, steam curling from inside. He stalks forward, past the muddy, smoking impact crater, looks down, frowns. Oh, it's a Predator movie. I thought there was going to be some cool-ass news shit. Fuck. Droplets of fluorescent fluid on the ground, lying amidst them. Something we recognize. A Predator wrist gauntlet. Discarded, jarred, loose. Beside it, he notices something else. A tiny metal device that resembles a trilobite. A cloaking ball. So it wasn't just in the damn... It's still separate from it for some reason, but it's not, like, separate from it and stored inside it for no apparent reason. Why is... So you're saying it's a trilobite, but also a ball. McKenna stoops, palms the alien-looking device. He hears voices! He's crazy. He dives behind a fallen log, snaps the rifle to his shoulder, sights downrange, 300 yards! People are swarming out of the Drogue mansion. Fuck. He nervously jiggles the metal ball, absently depresses a switch and electronic hum. He looks left. All clear. Glances over his shoulder. Looks to his right. Oh my fucking god, jumps to foot a fucking Predator. 2 feet away, and it wasn't there a second ago. He scrambles backwards, blinks. The Predator, stock still, no reaction, simply lies there. All 8 feet of it, its mask askew. You realize he's been there all along. McKenna merely decloaked him. So the cloaking device that he fiddled with is a wireless cloaking control. Why would you ever invent that? I mean, except for, I guess, cloaking something over there that you want to cloak, and you, like, set up the cloaking thing on that, but you want it to, like, disappear sometimes or be there other times, so when you're far from it, you're like, I'd like it to be gone now, and you press the button and it disappears there. That's a very specific situation, but when it comes to personal camouflage, you really don't need to have that kind of system in place, just in case your friend over there decides you should be invisible, and you decide you're not deciding this. You trust in their judgment. No. He holds his breath, cautious not to wake the sleeping beast. That said, he can't resist. Licks his lips. What the fuck? Reaches. Cautiously lifts at the dislodged battle mask worn by the Predator. Looks down, blanching at the insectile craziness of this thing calls a face. Fuck me. And he fucks it. He dry washes his face with his hand, scans the alien tech, mask, gauntlet, evidence. With a quick practice move, stashes them in his pack. Sorry, bud. Without these, no one's gonna believe me. He starts to go, stops, looks back, says softly, "Welcome to Earth, brother. Just so you know, it only gets worse from here." Yeah, that's a great way to talk about the opening of a fucking script for the Predator. Oh, God. So, I believe that's all the time I have for this little reading session. I know, technically speaking, reading out like a released book and stuff, that's not exactly fair use because you're reading the whole fucking thing. There's it with visual novels, most of them just give you permission because they realize it's free advertising. So I'm not certain exactly how much of this I can legally do a little dramatic reading for. Because technically it's not something that was released, so I'm not harming the market value, but it was still created, and therefore it still does technically have a copyright that is still valid because we're within the time frame that it doesn't need to be renewed or anything like that. So, it's all fun craziness. How transformative is a dramatic reading now? But yeah, so I'm going to be leaving this here. This has been The Predator by Shane Black and Fred Dekker. And it's about the same quality as The Predator by Shane Black and Fred Dekker. So, thank you all for watching. I have been Dekker Shado, and remember, you already went wee.